Guess who's back?
You're now listening to Unapologetic, the podcast, with your two hosts, Trey and Reg, discussing any and everything unfiltered.
What up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Unapologetic, the podcast. Y'all know who it is, Dre, Reg. We are back. Another pod, another episode, another week.
So
y'all, let y'all travel with us on this audio adventure and listen to us talk shit and life and sports and all that. Y'all know what the fuck we do in general. So, yeah, but what's up with you, my man? What's going on?
Not shit, man. Middle of the week, hump day. Just trying to make it through, man. Got too much going on. Like I said last week, house been quiet, so I'm sinking back into that whole ordeal, bro. But other than that, man, so far so good as far as the week's been, though.
Okay. Yeah, it's been so much for me too. Not much. Just getting back into my routine, back in the gym. After a couple days of drinking and I'm not gonna say really bad eating, but just not, eating the same way I was eating. But besides that, man, everything's back. I guess back to just normal regular status. And getting cold, I know that shit. Motherfucking weather that we had what was it, like a tornado or some kind of warning? And that shit got crazy, windy, then it started raining. After it rained, it get cold. So, all that shit went down. But I mean, outside of that, no. And actually, that ain't nothing to complain about, man. Cause I want to see some cold weather. I want to bundle up, when I go out, be able to wear some shit I don't normally wear. Cause you live in the South, for a long time, and it's a lot of shit that you don't even get to put on. I still got jackets from like 10 years ago that I ain't even got the chance to wear like that.
I do know.
But anyway, I don't think I got nothing to put out, no announcements or anything. We can get some shout outs real quick, man. I do want to shout out Julius Peppers. Julius
Big
Peppers.
time.
Yes. Well, he was inducted to the Pro Football Hall of Fame and now college football as well. So, great guy, legend in my eyes.
And anybody who has eyes.
Yeah, but some people tell you that. But yeah, anybody that should be, yeah. But to me, it wasn't nothing that he couldn't do on the field. You know what I'm saying? When you think about freaks of nature, athlete wise, he definitely is a name that come to my mind. And he did his thing on the field, man. I just only thing I wish is that he could have bought the home team a championship. And that's the only thing. Whether it was the Tar Heels and hell, I if he bought the damn Carolina Panthers a championship, I wouldn't be mad at that, because that it's only a couple guys that do that, get to bring their hometown, that championship. So,
and we talked about it before, man. He has really truly lived the dream of hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of little boys in our great state, man, of what he did and the uniforms that he's worn. Like, you can't ask for a better program. I mean a better career outside of bringing home Super Bowl. So hats off to JP, man.
Yeah.
Motherfucking incredible hope, man.
Absolutely. And I hope he finds a way, or they find a way to put him on the staff somewhere at UNC. I'm pretty sure it probably will happen sometime. I'm not gonna say the near future, but sometime, whether depending on how things go in the next couple of years. Next year ain't looking too good for us anyway right now, but we'll see. We're not gonna talk about that. We got a whole off season and spring training and everything to get in that and more portal news, all that other good shit. Real quick. Speaking of portal, Well, you know. Get the sport. All right. Neil and the portal.
Okay.
The effect that it's having on college football. What is your honest opinion?
I was just asked this question last night, man. That's so funny. So, has it changed the landscape of college football?
Right.
Yes. Are there some things that they can iron out? Yes. I think the biggest thing is the tampering.
Okay.
Right. Like, these people, these guys at these colleges or whatever, these coaches or whomever, you're not going to sit here and tell me that they aren't, talking to these guys prior to them, the end of the season. I think it should be a period where you're able to talk to certain players or offer a certain player certain things. Because if you look at it, you take Carolina, for example, Max Johnson committed to us the day before, 2 days before the portal even opened. So you're not going to sit here and say, oh, like he just ran down the list and was like, oh, North Carolina, okay, I'm committed now. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There had to be some type of tampering while he was still with his program. So that's the only problem that I really see with it, though.
And okay, so the reason why I said more specifically college football, should the portal open up after bowl season?
Yes.
I think that's one of the big, that's a big issue. That's because you got these, I think bowl season, it has watered down a lot. Especially when you talk about the Orange Bowl for one, how many kids from Florida didn't play and how much of an impact it had on the game, that's debatable because Georgia had a lot of poor transfers and, sit outs too, but whatever. But, a kid, if they want to transfer, they have to put their name in the mix. And if you play in a bowl game, then more than likely you probably can't transfer. You're not going to transfer. So I agree with you.
Well, I don't know about that. I would argue that if you're in a bowl game and you're thinking about transferring, that if the chips were to fall the way we say we would like them to,
right,
I think one would play in the bowl game to get their stock up as far as the transfer portal goes.
Mm-hmm. They would now. So, but that's how I read it. As far as in, you have so once that portal opens, it's kind of like free agency. So let's say you're a 4-star, and let's say you want to go to Texas.
Okay.
Texas has an opening for you.
Okay.
But you're debating on playing in that bowl game, right? So if you're gonna play in the bowl game, more than likely you can't, throw your name in the portal. But if there's a guy from Cal that's plays the same position as you, he might go ahead and,
He had to jump early. Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes the playing field even.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I think it should. That's when it should open, after the bowl season. Get that shit out the way. Get all the bowls out the way. If because it used to be a time to where when kids didn't play, it was because they getting themselves ready for the league.
Right.
Now is no, I'm transferring. I'm not. And we've been having that issue for the last 2 or 3 seasons.
Well, let me tell you something else, man, that has come up, man. That an area of sports that has been hurting is when it comes down to bowl games is these All-American bowls. A lot of these kids are saying no to these bowl games, these All-American bowls, because they want to get into the bowl practices and get a jump start on the next season. By enrolling in school early and getting that week or 2 weeks or however long it is with their respective team. But that also too plays into, goes back to money as well. Mm-hmm. Getting to school and getting to that money right then and there. I know the All-American Bowls, there's so many of them, but I saw something earlier that said the first 6 quarterbacks in the Under Armour All-American Bowl turned it down. 6. that was a thing back in the day where, man, if you got that call, if you got that letter, if you got picked for that, the Shrine Bowl even took some hits.
It was on.
It was. You know, the top quarterback in North Carolina was practicing with Michigan. So,
speaking of bowls, I saw this thing. It got proposed today and shot down just as fast as they brought it up. It was called the inaugural Irrelevant Bowl, and it was announced for 2024.
I saw that.
And basically, it was the two worst teams in the nation would play. But every conference said no, we're not. We're not going to basically disgrace our conference and
making a mockery.
Right. Yeah, make a mockery of our teams that aren't, that have the worst record or whatever else. Of course we know the bowls and everything is about money, but that right there is definitely a money grab. And even somebody that would think of that, like it's almost embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? Like I could never want to go to a game and watch my Tar Heels play in the Irrelevant Bowl.
Man. Yeah, right. Don't ever hit my phone. If we ever got to that point, I'm here to tell you on this day, Reggie, don't ever hit my phone and ask me if I want to go to some shit like that.
The Irrelevant Bowl. Speaking of bowls, let's get to the national championship.
Okay. Well, from my standpoint, well, for those who don't know, the Michigan Wolverines did defeat University of Washington Huskies in a convincing win. And I think first off, it was a pretty good game. It got a little ugly at the end.
Yeah.
The reason why I say it was a good game because it was. I'm not going to necessarily say it was back and forth, but it was a roller coaster ride. With that being said, Michigan did dominate the game from start to finish. But Washington had their pockets, and they had times where they could have narrowed the gap. Mm-hmm. It goes back to discipline. We talked about it. Mm-hmm. I felt as though Michigan is the most disciplined team in the country, and again, it showed. They stuck to what they do. They stuck to what they know. Penalties were at a minimum, whereas Washington was rattled. Not only were they rattled, but also too they were oversized. They were overmatched. Excuse me.
Yeah.
It's about the haves and the have-nots. They went into Texas and they had their way versus Texas.
Yeah.
Right. In the game that we thought that Texas would overpower them. Well, now you got to play that team up north, who's the best team in college football right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw what happened.
Right. So I definitely agree with you on it was a good game. And I'll add on to what you said. I mean, for me, what made it a good game is it was always like one play away from being a tie game. You know what I'm saying? It was 17-10 for the longest.
Yeah, literally.
Michigan was you could say Michigan was dominating them and beating them, but it was only one big play away from being tie game, close game. And so I know that's exactly what you meant. And I definitely echo that. Like I'm looking at, I'm like, a missed throw by Penix, a drop here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was just that one play away from, okay, now it's 17-17 or 17-20, now it's we got a different ball game. That 300 yards on the ground is insane. Jesus Christ, they ran through Washington from the first play. From the first play on.
Listen, they ran student body left, and they ran student body right.
Yeah,
and the big ass guards was pulling.
Right.
Listen, I was at home, and I'm looking. The cameraman was dead on the goddamn on field, and I saw one of the big ass guards pull. Man, I was looking for the running back, and the camera's positioned behind him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, God damn, I can't imagine standing up. You know what I mean? You in a 3-point stance, and you standing up, you got a motherfucker 6'5", 6'6", 300 plus running downhill at you.
Mm-hmm. They ready to pancake you.
Yeah, and another would come with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, you know, so Michigan, hats off to Michigan, man. Hats off to both teams.
Right,
man.
absolutely.
Because Washington, they did play a good game. Make no mistake about it. They had some miscues, and that cost them. Like you said,
right.
like I said, like, man, I forgot his number 73, I think. They might run that boy out of town. How many, holdings. Like, yo, my God. But Penix came out and he did his thing, man. He tried. Right. He did what he could. He was rattled.
Oh, yeah.
He was rattled. Doozy did his thing for what he could, but he had some fuck ups too. Right. So, I think the better team won, Reggie.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was Michigan's goal. Them 2 bowl games I saw was to really make the quarterback think about it. Like, we gonna hit you. We putting hats on you. And
every time.
Yeah. Because they played a little more cautious during versus Ohio State. They pinned their ears back against Iowa. But they didn't really pin their ears back against a lot of opponents like that. But they did. But I mean, we saw it just looked different against Alabama and Washington.
Well, here's the thing: they beat Washington with a 4-man rush.
Yeah,
they didn't blitz linebackers. So they didn't pin shit back. Yeah. That was a basic 4-man rush. Your man stopped my man. We got 4, y'all got 5. Let's see what happens.
And I think that's the way you got to play Penix, because Penix is going to read defenses. Jalen Milroe, not so much, and that's why they got the damn robber.
Of course, you send the whole house at him.
Yeah,
you send the whole school at him. The athletic director, the band director, everybody. Get them all in. Get them all in.
So now listen, I didn't watch that much not college football, NFL this week. I want to say I watched 2 games. I watched the Texans game, and I basically watched the games that mattered. Teams that was fighting for a spot.
It was some type of contention.
So I don't know if you really want to talk NFL.
I mean, sure, why not?
Okay. CJ Stroud, I watched him. He is definitely offensive player. Puka Nua, good try. He had a great season, but CJ Stroud is offensive player, rookie of the year. No ifs, ands, buts about it. That's end of debate. I don't know who was this. Oh, we can put whatever name, Puka Nua Puka, whatever. No.
He had a stellar season though.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But no.
Yeah. And it's not, to me, it's not close. But shout out to CJ Stroud for what he did, how he played. That might be a sore spot for you. But also D'Amico, he should be the coach of the year, I think. What's the other name they had in there? Dan Campbell for Detroit, I think his name was mentioned, and somebody else, I can't remember.
I think it got to be D'Amico and Ryan, man.
It gotta be.
Got a team like that. I don't know what the Texans, they weren't worth a damn last year, correct?
Harbaugh. Yeah, the Texans went. Yeah.
Right, and now they're in the playoffs.
Right, absolutely.
Detroit was on the cusp last year.
Right, and Baltimore has been Baltimore. So I mean, you talking about a team that's Texas probably won 3 games, 4 games.
Last
year, had a number 2 pick. They was ass. So
right, great cheeks
to come in there and rookie head coach, rookie quarterback.
Yeah,
the staff ain't changed. Yeah.
Bunch of young boys on the field.
Yeah, a bunch of young boys. Yeah. Yeah. So, hats off to them. Hats off to them. Is there a game that stood out to you?
A game that stood out to me.
I watched the Steelers and the Ravens. That was,
that Buffalo and Miami game.
Right.
It's a damn good game.
I watched that.
Damn good game. I really enjoyed that game, man. I mean, again, Miami, man, they just don't know how to win. They don't know how to win. You got to have gamers, man. That's one thing about it. People talk about Josh Allen and how he fucks up or how he does this, does that.
Yeah.
But far in between is he gonna lose you the game, bro.
Right.
And that's just my opinion.
Yeah. Let me read this to you real quick, and I'm gonna chop it up. I'm gonna be brief on it because I don't want to read the whole thing. So this is a Dolphins fan. They text me. It said, after watching four seasons of Tua Tagovailoa, I have officially formed my opinion on him. He's an average quarterback, nothing more, nothing less. He will have elite games some days and garbage games the other days. He cannot carry you when you need him to consistently. Everything has to be perfect, or you'll definitely see all of his flaws, extremely visible flaws at that. Is he the best quarterback we've had since Marino? I'd probably say yes, and that's debatable. Would I pay him anything more than $30 million that he's getting? Probably not. Am I going to support him if I have to? I will, but I think a new quarterback should be in the runnings if he continue to have seasons like this. Against good teams this season, he has 7 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Paying him anything more than gas money is probably the best I'm willing to go. Paying him anything else than gas money is I mean, but I asked him, I said, well, I feel what you're saying, as a Dolphins fan. I probably haven't watched Tua as much as you have in a Dolphins uniform. But where do you go from here with Tua? What else does he need? I mean, you got Cheetah, you got Waddle. I mean, this offense is an offense that, I mean, if you give that you would probably die to have in Carolina right now.
Yeah, well, let's be clear. They're still going to the playoffs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's be clear. Like, they're still a playoff team, right? But I have to agree. Tua isn't. I mean, he's an average quarterback, bro. He is. He's an average quarterback, and I don't know what the Dolphins fans expect. I don't. Maybe they expect I guess you just said it, with an offense like that, for him to be able to take them to the next level. Well, maybe he's just that, man. You know what I mean? He's just not that.
Yeah.
I don't know how they get over the hump, or what they do, or what even what they're gonna do come. What do they play Monday night?
Yep.
I'm not sure.
Saturday.
They play the Chiefs, correct?
Yeah, they played the Chiefs. The Dolphins was 1 game away from missing the playoffs. Really? I didn't know that. Looking at the records and how they got things seeded, they were 1 game away from missing the playoffs.
That's based on how good the AFC's been, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, shit, man. Hey, Tua is who he is, man. He's average.
Yeah. You expect to see any upsets this coming weekend?
I have to look at the seedings to see where they fall. I don't have it in front of me.
Texans and the Browns.
Texans and the Browns?
Yeah. So I'll just list them all real quick.
Okay.
Texans, Browns, Dolphins, Chiefs, Steelers, Bills. That's the AFC side. You see any upsets on that side?
Texans and Browns.
Browns.
With the Texans being the favorite?
Nope, Cleveland favorite.
Cleveland's a favorite?
Yep.
I'm gonna go Cleveland. What was the next game?
Dolphins, Chiefs.
With Chiefs being a favorite?
Yep. In Arrowhead, -9 degrees.
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
That -9 degrees make a big difference when you're coming from damn Miami.
And what was the last one?
Bills and the Steelers. Bills a big favorite.
Steelers will make it interesting.
Okay.
The Steelers will make it interesting.
Packers, Cowboys, Rams, Lions, Eagles, Buccaneers.
The Bucs can beat the Eagles, man.
I believe so. The way they're playing right now, I think they played tight early this year, didn't they? Or maybe it wasn't so tight.
I'm not sure, but the Bucs can beat the Eagles. I'm gonna pay attention to this Cowboys Green Bay game, and the reason why is because why the Cowboys are excelling and they're doing their thing, man. This Green Bay team, we're gonna see what they're made of. They got the talent. They have the talent, and Jordan Love is not a bad quarterback. Over the past few weeks, man, he's been getting better and better every game.
Right,
every game. So I want to see what happens, man. It's gonna be rocking down there in Dallas, but we'll see what happens, man. I'm not ready to drink the Kool-Aid of Dallas. Sorry.
I think they win, but I at first I was like, I think this Packers team might be able to, but I it's something about them. They lay an egg when you least expect it, and I think they've been doing it all year. Rams, Lions. This is gonna be a good one, I think.
That's gonna be a great game. I go the Rams in the upset, bro. That's my upset pick.
Okay.
I go Rams.
Okay. Draymond Green said he thought about retiring.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, I don't believe that. And more importantly, the reasons that he listed, it's just too much. I mean, everything that's happened was self-inflicted. So all this is just too much. I don't know if I can do it. Like, motherfucker, if you keep your hands to yourself, you don't worry about none of this shit that's going on.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't buy it either.
Me neither. Nope.
I don't buy it either. We just kind of briefly talked about this. Nick Saban retiring. Where give me 2 or 3 candidates you think off the top of your head.
Lane Kiffin.
Okay.
You gotta look at Lane.
Lane.
Man.
Do they look at Dabo? No, Dabo don't like the portal. Now, it's a lot of shit that I think that they excel at that Dabo just don't fuck with. I wouldn't want him there.
I think they'll take a look at Dabo. Man. Honestly, man, I think that's where the bus stops, bro. I think you gotta go slap. I think you gotta go slap at Lane Kiffin.
I would. Young, can speak to this generation, this young generation, and he does good. He'll be there for a while.
Right.
Should be.
Right.
But hey, a hell of a career. A hell of a career for Nick Saban. I mean, yeah, I don't know if we'll ever see a run like this in any sport, whether it's pro or college. Like this is one of them damn. Well, of course, Gino Auriemma, but the UConn girls was doing the same thing at least every other year, or every year they in there winning the championship. But we haven't seen nothing like this in college football or any other of the major sports.
What about a Bob Stoops?
Yeah,
because he's coaching in with the XFL right now.
Yeah. Nah. old boy ain't gonna leave Texas.
Oh, Sarkisian?
Yeah.
He was already on that staff, wasn't he? Was he on that staff?
Yep. Yeah, he a Saban product.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's where the bus stops for me, man. We'll see what happens, bro.
It's gonna be interesting. Also, Pete Carroll stepped down.
Yeah. Yeah. To take an office role, pretty much, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be interesting too for the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Oh boy, the Seahawks used to be hell for us, man. God.
For y'all. Well, not even. Well, we owned the Seahawks when we were good. So
yeah, but that was a rivalry game for us that just like never really panned out. Like we may have got like one or two here and there, but them motherfuckers used to give. Sheesh. Eric Spoelstra got the fucking bag.
Man, did he?
Got the bag. You know what? Good analysis. I saw about Eric Spoelstra. Let me find it so I can read it. I don't know where it's at, but so basically, this person was saying these like the role players that play for the Heat, they play their ass off and they leave and get that big contract. And basically the person was saying like they deserve that contract, but people don't understand, like they go get that contract somewhere else and never perform like they did in Miami. So basically they were saying that Eric Spoelstra is the only coach that's getting more out of, undrafted players, G League players and everything else. You know what I'm saying? These other teams get them, these other franchises, and cannot like Eric Spoelstra has that like ability to tap whatever potential these players have, i.e. Gabe Vincent, Kendrick Nunn, Hassan Whiteside. These motherfuckers was going to NBA finals in Miami Heat's, uniform. They leave, get that big contract somewhere else. And the Lakers should have learned their lesson with Kendrick Nunn. I don't know why they gave that bag to Gabe Vincent like that. They're basically the same thing, but I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, but that's why we play the game. So.
Yeah, and I guess that speaks to the Heat culture too.
Right.
Right. Kawhi Leonard got $153 million, all guaranteed. Extension.
3-year extension.
Yeah.
I had something too goddamn the claw.
all guaranteed. Jesus Christ. Boy. Anything you got to say about our Heels? We play NC State tonight. Rivalry game, of course.
Gonna be a dogfight. We'll see what happens. I'm expecting for them to give us everything that they got. I think it'll go down to the wire. I think the better team, the team that shoots the best, will win the game. The key marquee matchup will be Baycott versus Burns.
Right.
Burns gives Baycott a lot of problems for him, for his size and his athleticism. So that's something to look at, man. I hope that Baycott can keep his composure, man, and understand that this man's going to pull and scratch and try to bully him.
I was thinking about that when we talked about it earlier, and I looked at the numbers from last year, and the first game, Baycott had 26 and 18 against Burns.
Okay.
The second game, he had like 22 and 15.
Who won the first game?
We won the first, we lost the second one.
Okay.
I was like, but it was them fucking guards that was killing us. But that motherfucker had it wasn't a quiet 18. But he only had like 3 rebounds. And I was like, well, damn. Why do I remember him getting more? Like
Burns?
Yeah. He had 3 rebounds.
No, what it was is he gets Baycott in foul trouble. It's not that his production, it's not, I'm not saying that he, if Burns can, at the same time, if Burns can stay on the floor for them, it's going to shake things up for Baycott. It's going to make Baycott very, very uncomfortable.
Right.
And history shows us that. I don't give a fuck about no numbers.
Yeah. But I think it's gonna be a dog fight.
And if Baycott is not in the game, we're definitely in trouble on the inside.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's why he hasn't been sitting a whole lot. But I don't even want to get into that Clemson game. Apparently they had the front runner for Player of the Year in the ACC on that Clemson on the floor. I didn't see him. But
Well, he had one bad game, bro.
yeah,
Like, understand now. He's a dog. I forget his name. That motherfucker can play now. Can't take that away from him. He didn't have a very bad game versus the Hills. But for sure, for what play you got to put him into contention for Player of the Year because of what man. We're just talking around a young man's name, but you have to put him in contention for Player of the Year because of what he does for their team, and to have them as high ranking as he had them,
right,
thus far.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of big wins for them. The record shows it.
Right.
Record shows it. But we'll see how that goes. You know, the deeper we get into this ACC schedule, we'll see.
Right. PJ Hall.
Yeah.
PJ Hall is young.
It was that other motherfucker that just looked like the dude that's at that motherfucker. I text her. I was like, it's always one guy off-brand looking that just gives us problem. That motherfucker was everywhere, all over the floor. Well, yeah, it wasn't Connolly. Was it Connolly or some shit? Like it was something.
No, he had some wacky ass.
Yeah, that motherfucker was all over the floor, out hustling everybody that had blue on. I said, fuck, and he had about 16 at half. I said, Jesus.
Ian Shiflin.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Is his name.
Oh, shit. All right. All right, to move out of sports, man. You know, one thing I did not have, I guess, on my bingo cards of seeing is Darius McCray talking about he gave better head to Karen Steffens than she gave to him. What are we doing? And what are we talking about, man?
First of all, sucks to be you.
Right. Oh my God. Whatever.
Sucks to be you. At this point, man, people are just doing anything to go viral. Dog.
Right. Where do you even come up with that in an interview at that?
And it's the mother of his children?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. And she was telling him, hey, I'll be back. I'm about to go chill with Wayne for about 2 or 3 days, right? Yeah. Shut up. Nigga. That's what he can do. Stupid. Nigga, we don't want to hear that shit.
Man. Cares.
Did you see that and we just talked about this with Jenny May, but Teyanna Taylor said that Iman be intoxicated around the kids. And I guess this is brought up, during, I guess trying to decide who's going to have what custody, joint custody, sole custody, or whatever else.
Right, during mediation and all that stuff.
Yeah, she said he was under the influence when caring for the kids.
Yeah, like that he disregards their safety. I don't know if that's the exact quote. Look, man, we talked about it before. You've been through it. I've been through it, man. It becomes a dirty game when we're talking about custody, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And, for whatever reason, whether it's an actual thing that she's concerned about or if she's just trying to, play the real life, hey, me versus you role. I don't know. Either way, man, you got to make sure you're on your P's and Q's when dealing with your children, dog. Like, no matter what.
Yeah.
You should be on your P's and Q's when it comes down to your children. Because anything that could be used against you will be used against you from the other side.
I just think it's a better way to do that too. But like you said, it can become a dirty game, a me versus you.
Mm-hmm.
Hate to see it, man.
Yeah, it's whack, man. It's lame. But there again, I'm sure she didn't go to TMC and say this stuff. Like, however it leaked, it leaked.
Yeah, they
I'm
probably
sure.
dug it out of some court records or something.
Like, who knows?
I saw the thing where Ayesha Curry said that Steph is a foot man. He loves feet. He loves her feet. Which, I mean, I love feet. I love pretty feet. If they pretty, I love them. But so I guess after that comment she made, she had a problem with all these women DMing and I guess adding Steph on their feet pictures.
Yo, this is one of the best basketball players on the planet. What did you expect? Shooters are going to shoot. They're going to troll you. They're going to try to take your man. Right. That's what it is. This is Steph Curry. This is,
what did you expect? What did you
expect? The best shooter ever. What did you expect?
Listen, you give a motherfucker the inside track or some inside information, they are going to use it. It's especially these days.
What Shanti tells you. One thing about it is Nelly just don't rub my feet the way I like for them to be rubbed. Are you lathering up those hands for the Voila. Voila. There it goes.
Voila. Hey, you say he don't do what? Let me get that lavender oil on. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Listen, she the one that put it out there. I mean, it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen. Boosie. Why do we listen to Boosie? Podcast wise and speaking wise on talking points.
It's a great question.
And the reason why I asked you that is because Boosie said he left Out of the Color Purple early, him and his daughter, because of the lesbian or LGBTQ plus undertone it had. It ain't no different than the Color Purple that came out when we was kids. It was the same undertone. So why do you find yourself going in here to watch this same thing? And yes, it has a musical, feel to it. But what do you think is going to change? What's the difference?
There's certain things in this movie that had to stay the same, right? Yeah. Just to it had to, right? Like, and at the end of the day, in the first movie, first off, I agree with you. Like, I don't know what the hell he was thinking. I don't know why he's saying like they were pushing this, that, and the third. Like you said, again, I echo what you said. The exact same things happened in the movie. And if anything, I think it might have been pushed a little more in the first movie, if you really want me to be honest about it.
Right.
So I'm like, I don't know, man. Boosie, like you said, I don't know why we listen to him talk and why what he has to say is so important and shit like that. I mean, it's really not important to me. But on one end, at the same time, if I see him on social media, I do click on it. I do turn the sound up because I want to hear what's dumb shit.
Right. Because it could be a good talker. But that's like them making a remake of Brokeback Mountain or something. And you go and you like, well, I couldn't watch that shit because it was men in there fucking each other and kissing. Duh.
Right. Right.
Come on.
Agreed.
Come on, man. I posted this it was like a short clip, probably about 15, 20 seconds of Michael Jackson dancing. And I asked the question, who was that R&B guy that y'all said these days that would give Mike problems? And you was one of the comments. You said there ain't one, and it's not debatable.
No, no. I don't know. Like as far as getting him out of there, no.
Mm-hmm. But
getting
so
him
I
out
did.
Of there, no.
Yeah, I did have someone that commented and said a name and said the name that I thought they was gonna say. And actually, she was supposed to come and be a guest today, but she couldn't do it. But she said
I hope
Chris
it's
Brown.
the name. Oh, that's what I'm getting ready to say. That's the only person that I see personally.
Yeah,
the only
closest.
The only person.
Closest. But she said it's Chris Brown and Chris Brown with Dustin.
No, he won't. I think he may be saying she may be saying that Chris Brown would dust Mike because of how Chris Brown Mike danced one way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mike danced one way. But I would argue that the stuff that Mike did, for the most part, yes, someone else is doing the moonwalk, way before Mike was even around and shit like that.
Yeah.
But you got to say, man, Mike is the innovator, man. It wouldn't be no Chris Brown without Mike. So I don't know if I believe Mike would just Chris Brown and just get Mike up out of there. Chris Brown takes a lot of the shit that he saw from Michael Jackson,
right,
adds into his own little, puts it in his own little pot and makes his own recipe now.
Yeah.
Also, too, Chris Brown takes dances from all different places and adds his own little spin to it, if he does that at all. You think about the type of dancing that he does. Now, I'm not taking anything away from him. Chris Brown is 6'2.5", 6'3". He's about my size.
Yeah.
So for him to be able to do those things at that size is quite remarkable. No question about it. But we talking about Michael Jackson, dog.
Yeah. I think it's the whole even with the sports thing, the back then versus now, of course, jumping from the free throw line back then, everybody wasn't doing it. These days, is you can see a motherfucker jump from the free throw line at least every dunk contest. Back then it was, what I'm saying? So, it's you're gonna see Mike do some things that motherfuckers these days still ain't doing and can't do. Just like, then, and it's only gonna be the select few. So, but to me, I still think Mike is I don't know, and there's no disrespect to Chris Brown and what he do.
No question, man.
But I really don't care about what Vivica Fox talking about. I don't. You want to talk about this Katt Williams interview since we missed it last week? It was it would have been a late ad.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about it. It's not a secret, but for those who live under a rock, Katt Williams got on Club Shay, man, and from start to finish, he started airing motherfuckers out. I mean, it was bullets flying everywhere, dog. That shit was like Beirut.
He was calling for the napalm.
You hear me, dog? He was motherfucking dropping shit, bro.
Giving out grid coordinates. He was like,
you hear me? Like, yo.
Hey,
yo, send this shit. Send
direct
it in. Yeah, send this shit in. Yeah, man. So he named a couple.
That's what's gonna be the name, grid coordinates. Go ahead.
Okay. So he came out and he talked about Cedric Entertainment. He talked about Steve Harvey. He talked about. I mean, he gave. He talked about Kevin Hart. He gave D.L. Hughley his flowers. He gave Bernie Mac his flowers. He talked about Tiffany Haddish. You know what I mean? He talked about Diddy. Like the list goes on and on. Look, man. This is what I think. This is my honest opinion. Now that it's had a little time to simmer. It's not a coincidence that he came out and he said all this while he's on his tour. It's not a coincidence.
Right.
It's not a coincidence that Kevin Hart's ex-wife is on his tour. It's not a coincidence. So was there some validity in what he said? Probably. And a lot of it.
Yeah. Because a lot of motherfuckers ain't addressing that. They said a whole lot of other shit, but they ain't addressing a lot of what he said.
Oh man, he killed Faison Love and Ricky Smiley.
Yeah. Yeah.
So again, bro, I think adding everything that I just named off, and then you add in, maybe he just wants his flowers, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? A lot of the stuff he said was self-proclaimed, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah.
Because I don't hear people walking around saying Katt Williams is this, that, and the third. He was sitting there giving himself his own flowers as far as what was going on. He was just pointing it out. Now, you can call it giving yourself your own flowers or pointing out the facts. I don't know the stats. I don't know any of that. But what I do know is it sounded a lot like I'm him, I'm him, I'm him, I'm him. They're not.
Right.
And here's why.
Mm-hmm. One thing I do like that really stood out to me with he said, you know what? Basically, he was saying, I don't have the money Kevin Hart has, but I'm rich and I'm wealthy. Basically, like I have what I everything I need to have or I want to have, I have. If I don't have it, I know how to go get it, but I don't want for nothing. I like that, because listening to a lot of the other podcasts and there's a lot of people talking in general, it's always a lot of flexing. I got this, I got that, or and I kind of he did a lot of humble bragging, humble boasting. But for the most part, I liked a lot of what he said, and I think that kind of definitely stuck out to me the most. Because you don't hear that a lot from a lot of these guys. But
right.
Yes, the napalm was going. The nigga had a lot of, and it was almost like receipts. Because he knew who said what on Shannon's show before he got there.
Yeah, he did.
Look, I'm gonna address the bullshit that you didn't address. You let them come up here and say that bullshit and ain't question them, challenge them on that shit. What else the nigga said? You have an unnatural alliance to losers, and that's not like you. I love that shit. I'm keeping that shit in my damn. I like that shit. You have an unnatural alliance to losers, and that's unlike you. I like it. I like that. But hey, shout out to Katt. The shit was at 30 million views in the first 2 days, if not more. Jesus Christ. Set the new year off right.
Yes, he did.
Rolling Stone has deemed Confessions Part 2 as being the greatest R&B song of all time.
And you shut the fuck up.
I didn't mean to do that.
But... yeah, I mean, it fell right in place. Why?
Yeah. I honestly remembering. To me, Confessions 2 wasn't the best song on that album.
It never was to me.
Top of my head, yeah.
It's so funny. I'll be honest with you. It's so funny that my favorite song on the album just started really popping last year. Superstar has always been my favorite song on the album.
Okay.
That's just
I think I heard you say that before too.
Yeah, I know you have. I know you have. So now for just last year for it to get its recognition is wild. But maybe I gotta listen in here, man. Maybe more people should listen to what I like.
I'm gonna look at this track list real quick. Yeah, Confessions Part 2 is not. Yeah. Yeah, I got Superstar over that. I got My Boo over that. Bad Girl.
I'm not a Bad Girl fan, but okay.
But I guess we talk R&B too. Caught Up. Let It Burn. Burn.
Let It Burn is better than Confessions 2.
Absolutely. And I mean, and the debate, but Rolling Stones though. I mean,
not of the culture.
Yeah, you could say that. definitely,
No, that's what it
definitely
is.
say that. Yeah, you definitely say that. Definitely say that. One last thing, man. I saw this thing. Kelly Price said that she was the only artist or judge on BET's Sunday Best that wasn't fucking someone else's spouse or fornicating or messing with kids and little boys.
Wow. I did not see that. Okay. That's heavy.
I've never really watched Sunday
Well,
Best.
It's not a thing anymore. It was pretty huge though.
Yeah. But so Mary, BB and CC, Jonathan Reynolds, Yolanda Adams, Donnie McClurkin, Kiara Sherd.
Didn't Kurt Franklin host
it? Yep, Kurt Franklin and Kim Burrell are some of the notable names that was artists or judges on the show. More to come.
Let the women and the men of the church say amen.
I'm telling you, hey, listen, Kelly Price is gonna get, no, she just dropped grid coordinates for whatever investigation somebody want to start, and these names are linked. She just gave some grid coordinates.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. Side note about Kelly Price, man. I saw Kelly Price last year before last, maybe last year, man. Right? In all actuality, I went to a Music Soul Child concert. Right? Music Soul Child is one of my favorite artists, man. Right? Dog, when I tell you she rolled out, she popped her shit and was, singing her song. Of course, Kelly Price, she could hold her own against anyone as far as singing, right?
Yeah.
She started rolling out some of these hits. She was like, yeah, I wrote this one too, huh? I mean, back-to-back bangers after bangers after bangers. I was like, hey, motherfuckers better put some respect on Kelly Price's name, man.
Bag is deep. Yeah.
Ooh. Shout out to Kelly Price, man.
Shout out to Kelly Price. You think Bronny could start for the Lakers right now?
Bronny?
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna tell you my answer quick. Fuck no. Fuck no.
No.
And I think LeBron fouled for saying that shit.
Yeah, it disgraces your teammates, man. Like, come on, dog, chill the fuck out. Nigga, D-Lo will give motherfucking Brian the blues. He's not even a starter anymore.
Right.
So, like, come on, stop that.
Yeah. Come on. You shouldn't do that. I mean, shit, Boogie Ellis, the best player on that team right now. I don't even think Bronny top 3 play on that team right now. Now, once he get back into his shape or wherever he was before, is debatable. But I mean, and we're also talking about guys that are older than him too, and have been playing the college game at least.
Well, the NBA players are much older.
Yeah, absolutely. That is absolutely right too.
So
that can be a unfair target that he's putting on Bronny back too. Yeah, but he already got a target. I mean, motherfuckers gonna step up to play their best anytime they see Bronny, just because of the name, just like Lonzo and LaMelo and D'Angelo. Like, so.
Yeah, agreed.
Ari Lennox said she was depressed opening up for Rod Wave. What kind of audience or fans did she think she was going to be performing for?
I don't know, but maybe she thought her catalog was deep enough so that that people were there to see her as well. But I mean, Rod Wave has a cult following, right? So the last thing that I would want to do, I mean, money is money, I guess, but the last thing I really would want to do for people that are coming to hear Rod Wave and that depressing ass shit is sing my ballads, bro. Like, fuck no.
Especially if you're dealing with depression, anxiety, mental health, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the biggest Rod Wave. I'm not a Rod Wave guy at all. And when I hear the talks of his music, that's what is kind of related to it.
That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, I don't.
Ain't no motherfucking way.
Not at all. The phrase "cake and eat it too." Let's talk about it.
Say it one more time.
Cake and eat it too. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Okay.
Let's talk about this phrase.
All right.
Because it don't really make sense. If you got cake, why the fuck won't you eat it? But
I mean, yeah, from a technical sense.
From a technical standpoint. But when it's said, it's used as if like, I don't know.
You can't have multiple people.
Right.
You can't have multiple people. That's what it means.
So let's talk about it.
All right.
When it's said to you, what are you outside of having multiple people?
Mm.
What are your thoughts about it?
Well, in some cases, in a lot of cases, you can have your cake and eat it too.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I think. Right? You can have your cake and eat it too until you get caught.
True.
And even in that, you still might be able to have your cake and eat it too. Right? Like, so, I mean, like, it's a lifestyle, man. Whatever lifestyle you live, bro. If you live the lifestyle of a dog, then you don't give a fuck about that.
No.
If you live, no. If you live the lifestyle of being in a serious relationship and being loyal, then okay, you might take that and be like, yeah, you're right. I'm gonna be loyal to this person and that person, and that's just gonna be it. It's one person. I'm a one woman man or one man woman or whatever, however you want to fucking put it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just the way I view the shit. You know what I mean? But like, you got liars, you got cheaters, you got honest people, you got people that are, fucking faithful. Like, man, listen, who gives a shit?
Right.
Because if a motherfucker want to have his cake and eat it too, they are going to give it a shot, and they're going to do it until they can't no more.
True. I don't know. I'm with you. I believe. I mean, and just the terminology is stupid in itself. But having your cake and having your cake and eat it too. I guess it's one of those taboo things. And then I guess something that should be talked about. But yes, if a motherfucker want to have their cake and eat it too, they are going to. And most times that's what happens anyway. Whether it's man or woman, I'm gonna put that out there too.
Yeah, that's what I said. They, not he or she. They make no mistake about that.
So, I've probably been told that before. I probably,
I ain't no probably. You've definitely been told that because I've been told that.
Yeah. I think I've been told everything that glitters ain't gold either too, and that was in relation to somebody had told one of girl I was dating, damn, he was so good for you too, or some shit like that. And she was like, well, everything that glitters ain't gold. And I was like,
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I wanted to. I wanted to drop the napalm there. There's a lot of shit I could have said, but I didn't say.
Right.
I didn't say. I saw this list. I'm going off strip. I saw this list that this woman that's going around on social media. A woman drops a list of things you should do for your man as a woman. I won't read all of them. There's 25 of them. I'll read a couple. Be his safe place, comfort zone, and always make him feel like he's at home.
Okay.
I'm right with that. Listen, be understanding, and be patient.
Okay.
Feed his soul. Love him unconditionally.
Okay.
Be his peace. I think that's the same thing as the first one I read. So it says number 8. It says be his best friend. How do you feel about that? A woman that you're dating, you're romantically involved with. How is it important that she, I guess, can be your best friend, or is that something that you require or would like?
It's very important.
Okay.
It's very important. It's important to have, that if you have a level of romance, you also should have a level of friendship, man. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because you're not going to be romantically involved all the dang on time or all throughout the day, right? Mm-hmm. Like, it's just not how the brain works. You know what I'm saying? That's not how the fucking heart works. right? So yeah, you should be able to be, best friends with your partner, man. No question.
You should be able to. So I don't think it's necessarily something that has to happen. I do think you can have not saying it's what I want or would want, but I do think that you can have the relationship that you're looking for without being, I guess, each other's best friends. Do you think so?
No, I don't. I don't.
Because I think you can have the same conversation. I mean, this is somebody you with, so you absolutely are going to trust them and be able to talk to them about everything.
Maybe.
Well, you would like to think so.
Okay, well, if it's someone that you can talk to and confide in about everything, any and everything, then that's your best friend.
Yeah. All right, so we'll say it's a thin line between with your partner, them being the best friend and also the part, because
you have things. This is what I'm saying, right? You my player partner, right? I fuck with you to the end, dog. The thickest thieves, right? I talk to you about a shit ton, but I don't talk to you about everything, and vice versa.
Right.
So if there is a person out there that I can 100% truly be my unauthentic self, unapologetic self, or be my authentic self and be my unapologetic self and talk to them about any and everything, then that is my best friend.
Yeah.
But that's what you want to do with your woman, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But so have you had relationships or a relationship with someone that you truly loved and fuck with, but I guess wasn't on, like, I guess didn't feel like, or talk to them or feel like you had that best friend feel with them?
And it lasted? No.
I can see it.
They're not here today. They're not around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I can see it.
Right? Because if in past relationships now, in a situation like now, like I'm in I'm in a solid situation now where I know myself, and I know what I'm looking for. I know what I look for. I know how to carry. I know how much I can lay on certain people. Right. But to say 100% push it all out there, man, shit.
Got you.
That goes into vulnerability as well. It might not be them, it might be you. It might be me.
Yeah.
That's a different topic for a different day, though.
Got you. Yeah, you're right. Let me see. It says be submissive, allowing him to lead. I think we beat this. Everybody has beat that submissive talk into the ground.
And we'll be all day talking about that submissive shit.
One I do like is be nurturing. I like that one.
Tell me why.
Because I feel, not necessarily, someone that's going to, I guess the terminology of nurturing could be, different for many different reasons, as far as in how you are with children, whatever else. But so when I think about it, and in my terminology, it comes to me as someone that's caring, loving, affectionate. That's for me. Smurf trying to tap in. So yeah, that's what when I think of nurturing. Let's see. Add value, of course. Yeah. Give him king treatment. I'm not big on that. I'm big on the equal treatment. We don't, I'm treat you like you want to be treated, and I expect the same.
Give me that same energy.
Yeah, and that's as as I matter.
That's real.
Help him become a better man. Yeah, we should be helping each other become better people in general.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Be able to take care of yourself. Me being in the military, that was always one big on me because I always, early on when I was married, always in situations to where I was going somewhere else, deployed overseas, and shit fell apart when I left. And that was always one thing that I wanted, when getting back in relationship, someone that, could hold it down in my absence.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody can do that.
That's real.
You've seen it. You've been in the military yourself. You've seen motherfuckers leave, whether it's a man or the woman, and they household went to shit.
Shambles.
Motherfuckers come back home broke.
Motherfucker come back home with nothing in their house.
Yeah. Or another motherfucker living in there.
Jody.
So, yeah. So those are a couple of things I saw, man. We're gonna talk about I got chivalry and acts of appreciation here. So chivalry, we kind of use that word wrong these days. Chivalry was a word that I guess was used or when, back in the medieval days. It's something that knights use amongst each other, battle, duel, and everything else. And somehow it's flipped into, whatever we use it for these days. But so how do you feel about chivalry and I guess acts of chivalry? You showing chivalry.
That was on the list or we moved? That was on the list?
Yeah, it's up here. Chivalry and it's up here. But so there's a couple things I actually looked up, and of course, and I guess I was leaning more towards we have the chivalry, but what is the flip side for the women? Them showing you, I guess whatever it is that's supposed to be. I don't even know if there is.
I was about to say, I want to know what word you was gonna spit out.
I can't find one.
That's sad.
It is.
So what would be? I don't know what the correct terminology would be, but an example may be if you're into that type of shit. If that your man has had a long day or a long week or whatever, just make sure that he comes home and has a nice meal. If you're into hot, fresh meals or whatever, that might be a way of showing your appreciation, because really the way we use the terminology now, it's being polite, right? It's being polite and, showing some sort of respect towards a gender. If you really want to be honest.
Yeah.
So if we're going to flip it and talk about what a man or what a woman should do for a man, I mean, it could be that simple, or like, taking care of a haircut. Things like that.
Should we say what a woman should do for a man, or are they gonna come at us for saying that?
Why the fuck not? Do that shit every fucking Reggie. Come on, man.
I'm just asking. You know how it goes.
I do know how it goes
because it like, and you're absolutely right. What you're saying about chivalry is that's things that are expected from us. With certain women, you are going to be expected to open the door. You're going to be expected to do this, expected to do that. So you as a man, what should you be able to expect from your woman? So you're saying it right, but a woman might challenge you on like, well, what do you mean?
Well, bring that shit on, then. I got plenty for you. You want to debate the big guy? Come on. I mean, again, the way how I live it up, how I give it up, I don't expect anything.
Mm-hmm.
I do everything on my own. I do everything for myself. And think about it is, the sad part about it is, hear me out. The sad part about it is we're talking about chivalry for a man, right? And what a man should and should not do, right? If you think about a woman, you know what that's going to go into? Do you know?
What, gender roles?
Fucking gender roles, Reggie. Ding, 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 ding. That's what the fuck is going to go into. So we can touch it, we can not touch it. I don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
If the expectation, if we're going off of what a man should do, and you think about what a woman should do, like little things like that, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna go. I'm men. If men and women are different, there's different expectations. Then shit, what's the problem with us talking about that type of stuff?
I agree with you. But and I'm pretty sure you have opened the door for a woman before that has in turn, leaned over and opened the door for you and pushed it out while you was, walking around. It's happened plenty of times.
Yeah,
and, so, I mean, there are acts and things that women do. And I guess that could be a sign of appreciation. Okay, this man opened the door for me. Let me, do this. But there's no there's set guidelines for us, I guess.
There's set guidelines for them. It's just a pushback.
Okay. Hey, and you're 100% right. 100% right. Someone commented said, seems like this is an impossible task for a lot of modern women these days, as far as in relating chivalry and things like that. And yes, they same thing you said, it goes into gender wars. Let me see, in terms of the female equivalent to chivalry, and even using the word female these days can get you I would have to say being caring, motherly, for general purposes, behavior, etiquette. Those are things I personally look for in a woman, but those are things you're looking for. I would say kind, caring, smiles often, generally happy, good sense of humor, and definitely shows appreciation and is genuine while doing it from when you show your acts of chivalry.
So showing appreciation, like you said.
Yeah, but
wow, that's one-sided as fuck.
Yeah.
That's one-sided as fuck.
Yeah.
So stroking your ego.
Yeah. But
that's what,
as a man, we need to get into this conversation. We're gonna get into this as one of these days in the future. We're supposed to be the givers. Receiving should not be much of what we look for. That's how you're led to or led to believe. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're providing whatever it is you're providing, you should be okay with it.
For what you get in return?
Not even if you don't get nothing in return. As long as you provide, that should be your satisfaction. As that's how it's laid out for you.
I got what you're saying.
You're supposed to provide, and that's that.
Okay.
That's that. I saw this quote. Speaking on that, this guy said, as a man these days, feeling wanted, desired, craved, and feeling like I'm sharing sex with someone instead of giving sex to someone is a thing that the majority of us men are missing these days. I don't remember the last time I got a hug. And I tell you, being a man is crazy. The miracle is I haven't I've lost everything. Oh yeah. Basically, in a nutshell, that's what he's saying, but whatever.
I don't know about majority because I can't say majority. I think I've been blessed enough to be in enough relationships where I've given and I've received.
Mm-hmm. And I think it more or less depends on who you're dealing with too.
Yeah, ain't no thing about that. Like, but also too, you have to be. I think it's I think it becomes a courtesy. It becomes common courtesy, right? Like if there's certain things um, that goes off in your head as a man that says, "Hey, man, I want her to do this gender roles, if you will.
Right.
I think that she should do this, that, and the third, and there's certain things." And the woman that go off and say they think that a man should do this, that, and the third. I think it's just common courtesy, man. Right? You know what I'm saying? Meeting someone halfway, and it don't have to be halfway as far as literally 50-50 in what you buy or what you do, but I'm just saying, like, figure out what it is that that person needs from you, and figure out what you need from that person, and you meet them where they are.
Yeah. I had this conversation earlier, and we was just talking about like that whole thing, and I'm gifts and what you buy and showing love and all this other stuff, and I was basically saying that my definition of understanding of showing love or whatever else isn't necessarily giving money or buying stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, a woman don't have to buy me nothing to show me that she appreciates me or loves me or care for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I could take, if it's my birthday, I could take a gift and a home cooked meal over you taking me out to a fancy Brazilian steakhouse or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine with that. I could get, you know what I'm saying? I don't need all the other stuff. You know, it's sad that a lot of people feel that way. Like, oh, it's my birthday. Where you taking me out to eat? Or, you got to take somebody out to dinner. You got to do this. You got to do that. Like, but another story for another day. That's where we are in today's climate. All right. Unapologetic truths. Do you believe in divine intervention? And I asked this because of the recent event that happened with the airplane, and I guess the emergency door wasn't secured the way it should be, and of course it left, and there was a lot. So the divine intervention on that part, if that's what you want to call it, is the family that was supposed to be sitting in the seats right there at the emergency exit missed the plane for whatever reason.
Man, I mean, from that aspect, god damn, what's the odds of that happening?
Absolutely.
You've been on plenty of airplanes. I've been on plenty of packed airplanes, right? I'm not saying I don't know of a plane where I've been on where people don't miss flights. The shit, I've missed flights.
Right.
So from that aspect, you gotta believe in it, dog.
Yeah. So it says a plane door was violently ripped off during a flight that was 16,000 feet in the air that forced an emergency landing. The family that was supposed to be sitting in that exit row with the at the emergency door ended up missing their flight.
That's
they've been
wild.
sitting there, they'd have been sucked out.
That's wild.
I don't know about the divine intervention part. I do think things happen for a reason. And if that's divine intervention, then so be it. It made me think about certain things that happen and why I'm not in this relationship, or why didn't this relationship last, or this friendship I had with such and such, what happened to it. I do believe there's certain things, like I said, certain things that happen for a reason, man. I'm pretty sure you've had them too. I've had many drunken nights where my ass got in the car and drove home and woke up the next morning and didn't remember how the fuck I got home or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, was that some kind of divine intervention to where, I did make it? It shouldn't have happened that way, but it I don't know.
For sure.
What is next? Somebody asked this. Would your co-host be a good wingman?
100%.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
There's no doubt in my mind. Absolutely.
Yes.
I think you're good in any kind of environment. I mean, if
vice versa.
If it was a woman and she wasn't up to your standards,
It's gonna be nice.
You still know how to entertain.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
Yeah, and that's that. So yeah, I don't have any reservations on that one at all. Ooh, blended family conversation. How do you feel about taking family pictures together with as a blended family with your children and your ex and their spouse? I guess
that's a great question. That's a great question.
Honestly, for me, it's nothing that I'm gonna do. I don't have. I'm not gonna say I have something against it, but I don't know. I don't know, man. I've never been posed with that question. I don't see the purpose. You know, and my children are right now up, you know, in that age to where they understand that mommy and daddy's not together.
Right.
Shania was younger when me, you know what I'm saying? But I've never been me and her mom's husband, we're cool, we're fine. You know, we talk here and there. We don't, you know, we don't have a bad relationship. We don't have a good relationship.
Right.
We don't have a relationship,
okay.
but we are cordial. You know, we speak. There's no ill will, nothing. But the me, him, her, the kids, us taking pictures, everything. I honestly I don't see the purpose of it.
Okay.
If someone can explain it to me and tell me a better purpose or a good purpose for it, then you know I'm willing to listen, but I just don't see the purpose of it or the need to.
I wouldn't be necessarily against it. I don't think I would necessarily be against it, bro. Mm-hmm. It's especially given it. I guess it all depends about timing. Like, so I think about it. Like, let's just say, Adonis or Skylar, right? Like graduation day, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And they want a picture of everyone who's the most important to them all in one portrait.
Now that's different. So I didn't think about it from that angle. I was thinking
that's
about,
first,
you know,
that's the first place.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I was thinking about a motherfucker saying, hey, let's go take these professional photos here or there. Somewhere else. Yeah. No. But so we see that. We do see that, you know. But yeah, that's the first thing, you know. At Shania's graduation, of course, you know, everybody was there, you know. Everybody, you know. So yeah. All right, gotcha.
Yeah, I'm not going to fucking Sears to take the weirdo pictures and shit. Like, nah.
Oh man, yeah. So me and you are on the same. We on the same page with that.
I'm not doing that.
Me neither.
That's funny as shit.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. You know what? I got to get a woman up here. We're gonna get a woman up here. I do want to talk about this best years part, this thing that you said a couple episodes ago. Someone asked me about it, and I've been meaning to talk about it. We definitely gonna talk about it, but yeah. Before we close it out, I do want to congratulate and give a shout out to Cherie. She gets laterally promoted to first sergeant tomorrow. Yeah. So congratulations to her.
Congratulations. Big time.
Yeah, that's it for her.
I saw that yesterday, man.
Yeah. So big moment for her. I know she's looking forward to it and not looking forward to it.
Listen, she got some nice hair. Be ready to get some more grays in that motherfucker.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
We can see what she made of now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The days about to get longer.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. But I know she'll do good, man. And I'm extremely happy and proud of her for you know, making that step and going on to do bigger and better things. I guess it should be it for her, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. But that's pretty much all I got, brother. Man.
Yeah. No doubt, man. Well, shout out to the home team, man. Shout out to you, Big Dog, for keeping this thing afloat, man. Shout out to all the people who are who are hurting or who don't have the support that they need, or they're the support system for someone, but they don't get the same in return, man. You are loved, and you're appreciated, and we're rooting for you, man. We both have been those type of people, so we understand what it's like. Shout out to my babies. Shout out to the great state of North Carolina, man, and just shout out to the Southeast as a whole, man, and this vicious storm that's been happening over the past couple of days, man. You know what I mean? Like I know a few people have lost power. I know people that have had tornadoes come through and wipe out certain cities, man, and so, man, our hearts and prayers are with you as well, man. As always, mental health is real. Myself and Reg, we may not be subject matter experts when it comes to the matter, but I can assure you, before you harm yourself, you harm others, please tap into Unapologetic Pod on Instagram and or Facebook, or individual Facebooks and IGs. Other than that, big dog, you already know what goes on with me. Different toilet, same shit. Go Heels.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. I was just thinking that shit too. To the words out my mouth, I was gonna say that. But absolutely, man, I appreciate you as well. You already know that. Love doing this with you, and I appreciate everybody, mom, my dad, my sisters, my brothers, aunts, cousins, everybody, my babies, and for all the love and support through these times. I got people calling, checking up on me. I know you're in the house by yourself. I'm just checking on. I'm like this. I appreciate it, but I'm good. I'm good.
Super solid.
Yeah, I'm having it just the way I want to. If I want to be somewhere, with people and around people, I know exactly where to go. I got places to go, but I do appreciate that though. You can never ask for too much, and I do know and understand that this is the time of years, of the year where, people have a lot going through their mind, whether it's, the holidays and coming off the holidays and being away from family and everything else. And definitely, like for my nephew, for example, out there in Fort Lewis, first duty station, and he don't know anything but Maryland in the East Coast, really. But yeah, so, and now he's out there in Fort Lewis by himself. So yeah,
rude awakening.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, but he a trooper. He doing it well. But yes. Shout out to all our supporters and our viewers and listeners. We appreciate y'all. Like, share, subscribe. Thank y'all for tuning into another episode. We love y'all. We will see y'all next week. And as always, we're unapologetic, we're unfiltered. Y'all know who it is. Dre, Reg. We are out of here. We will see y'all next week.
You know what it is. Thanks for listening to another episode of Unapologetic, the podcast. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.
Better follow me.